Obviously, really pleased with the win. I thought it was a team effort. Our guys played extremely hard and physical. I was so happy in the first half with the big plays we were able to get, and Easton, I thought, was on point and made some excellent throws, and guys made catches and got us that early lead. Defensively, we were kind of on our heels in the first half and needed to probably play a little bit better. We challenged the guys at halftime. In the second half, I thought from our offense, we were able to run the football and control time of possession because it was about even at halftime, and now I see we're 36-plus minutes. And so we didn't have the big plays, but we were able to churn the clock out and do a nice job. Illinois State's defense is really good, and we played the team I thought we would that played at Northwestern, and they're a real physical bunch. I was so pleased with our defense in the second half. We played more coverage, less pressure, and we said we needed to get hits on the quarterback. And I don't know how many hits we had on the quarterback, but I know we hit him a lot, and we were able to keep the thing in front of us. It was not perfect by any means, but in the same respect, you guys know this league is so good. Anytime you can get a win and be 1-0 in this league and hold serve at home, that's great. We're going to enjoy it tonight, and then we're back on to work in Missouri State. Questions?
The forced fumble and recovering that when they were driving, how important do you think that was?
I think that was really big because if they take that in for a touchdown, I think they retake the lead. I didn't see how it happened, who stripped it or who recovered it, but he scrambled out. And early on, he scrambled out and hurt us with a couple of throws. And on that play, we were able to make a big play. And that's, our defense did a great job there. And I think from there on, I thought we played pretty solid on defense, but that turnover was huge.
What allowed Easton to be so good today, Chris?
He's getting more and more comfortable, Mike, all the time. And now he's, played 12 games. So he's seeing pictures so well. He throws the deep ball exceptionally well. And I think you saw that with RJ and Lance. I'm excited to see how far this young player, because he's only a sophomore, can go, because I think he's a pretty special talent.
Is that the most explosive you've seen your offense so far?
Well, it is just because of the length, the scoring plays and stuff. But there were some things that we thought we could get, and thinking you can get and executing are two different things. And I was really pleased with Easton and the offense on executing those big plays.
On defense, I think Steidel had the strip sack against Color and Butler getting 2 sacks. Can you talk about some of the different guys?
You bet. And we rotated an awful lot of guys on the defensive line. I was really pleased. It just seemed like Caleb Butler was around the ball and around the quarterback a lot. I don't know if Greg had a sack, but son of a gun, he always had that kid stepping up. And Nate and all those guys. I mean, there's so many guys that we can rotate in. And let's be honest, I think teams are going to try to throw it against us. And spread us out with 4 and 5 wide receivers. We have to have a fresh defensive line so that we can continue to put pressure on the quarterback.
Illinois State 37 rushing yards. I think they really only hurt you a couple times on the ground.
Yeah, they ran a couple draw plays that I think kind of caught us off guard, and then we probably need to shore up some tackling. I don't think we tackled exceptionally well in a couple of those plays.
Did Carson have any role today? He was in the coach's box.
Was he here this weekend? No, I think he was there to just enjoy the game. He was in the locker room with a bunch of other alums when we sang after a big victory, and I know those guys all those former players really loved coming in there and singing the song. So he did not have a role. I didn't give him one.
Their defensive line got off to a good start. Did you guys make some adjustment, or did you just play better?
Well, I can't remember his name, but 99 played for the first time this year, and he's a stud. And I thought he made a difference in their defense compared to what I saw even against Indiana State and in Eastern Illinois. But I think they handled the line of scrimmage against us pretty well. I thought our backs ran extremely hard sometimes to get 4 and 5 and 6 yards. I was really impressed with King and Lance and how hard they ran, and give them credit up front. I thought they had a really good defensive line.
Can you evaluate Matt Blank's play today?
I don't know. I know he was out there an awful lot, and we played some different coverages where he's running the deep middle, so we'll have to look at the film. But he wasn't rattled, and that was the big thing.
Bruce didn't play today.
Yeah, he's got a lower leg injury, and we practiced him this week, but we just didn't want to take a risk if we could help it, and so I would envision him being full go for Missouri State.
You've been waiting for Nate Jensen to step up. Describe his game today.
He played well. He got open, and Easton scrambled and found him. But Nate's a big target that for us to continue and do the things we want to offensively. He can play on the ball tight end, and he can flex out. And I thought he made some nice plays.
How much of a relief is it to finally play a game that doesn't come down to the last play?
I didn't think of it like that. I guess we look at it as we're going to go on a grind here for 8 weeks, and anytime you can get out of a game like we did there and play some backups, there's a big benefit because some of those guys we're going to have to be able to play moving forward as we get into our league because we have 7 league games and we have 1 under our belt, but anybody can beat anybody in this league, as you guys know.
Any others? Looks like Steidel maybe didn't return.
Steidel just had a stinger, so we took him off of the punt, and that was the only one that I'm aware of. There'll be other ones, but not that I'm aware of.
Is that about as good as you've seen Easton play since he's been here?
I don't know. The kid's a really good player, and he continues to get better. I've been so impressed with his ability to pick up things and see defenses, and I think it's the amount of work he puts in. And let's credit Randy Hedberg as well. We have a pretty doggone good quarterbacks coach that spends great time with those guys that enables him to give him some pictures, and Easton prepares like a champion.
Talk about his mobility. He made a play, I think it was in the second quarter, where he avoided a sack and then kept his balance with his left hand on the ground, got up and made a throw running to his left.
Yeah, he's a tremendous athlete, and I think everybody saw that. If you date back to last year, amount we ran the kid. Now, I don't want to run him. We ran him 6 times, and he took some shots and stuff. We would rather not run him. There's some games we're going to have to, but I'm just so impressed with how improved he is in throwing the football and being on time and being in rhythm. And if people want to stack the box and say you're not going to run the football against us or the quarterback's not, we have guys like Shep, and RJ is probably a really unheralded receiver in this league because there's so many guys that are going to have 100 catches or 80 catches, and RJ is going to have 45 to 60 catches with a bunch of big plays.
6 sacks for your defense. Talk about the way you're able to get after the quarterback, especially in that second half.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the final tally, but credit Coach Gazer and Coach Kane because we just kept dialing up some different twist stunts, and then Coach Entz did a couple of nice calls with bringing Pierre off the edge, and Pierre's a tough guy to block, and I know one thing. Our goal was to try to get some hits on the quarterback because, as you guys saw and we knew, if you just let him sit back there and throw the football, Colby's a really good player, and so we had to try to get some hits on him.